Hello, my friend, and welcome to your Reiki session. I hope you're doing as well as possible. It's a very cozy autumn day, very rainy, a little bit stormy, but here in our Reiki room, it's really nice and warm. Very comfortable and comforting. And I really just want you to give yourself permission to melt into the present moment here. Sink into the here and now. And just give over to this beautiful energetic healing. I'm going to begin with this selenite wand, just doing a little bit of clearing and cleansing. So anything that you've brought in from the day or the night that you'd like to offer up to be cleared, we can do that now. If you are in the New England area and you are interested in working with me in person, I'm holding a workshop on October 1st, and I'm really excited about it. It's a yin yoga workshop, an hour and a half. There are limited spaces available, so I'll leave all this down below, but I'll be doing Reiki on you, and I will be doing a sound bath with singing bowls and rain sticks and a lot of the stuff that we use here on this channel, chimes and stuff. But there's also a live stream for that, so I'll leave that all linked below, so if you can't be there in person, I'll leave that linked so you can still join us. A little bit less money for the live stream instead of the in-person, but we'll do hands-on healing stuff in that, and I'm really excited about it. The woman who's leading the yoga is so wonderful, and she's just so good at creating a beautiful, very balanced yoga flow, and I really love what she does. She's really talented. Her name's Jo, so I'll leave that down below. I'm really excited about it. But I know some of you ask if you can work with me in person, so I think I'd like to start doing things like this. And I know we all don't, we are not all able to travel, and we're not all able to be in the same place at the same time. But I want to start offering things like this. Just because it's so nice to be able to meet you one-on-one, or not one-on-one, but in person, and all of that. Okay. Just a little housekeeping. So let's take a few slow, deep breaths and just start to release here. So offer up anything that you would like to release, clearing here in the heart space, moving down. And here. We can hold so much of that energy in our feet as well. We talk about the palms of our hands being so receptive to that energy, holding that energy, but our feet are the same. The soles of our feet can be the same. So we want to clear those areas as well here. Okay, good. So for this session, I really want to focus on doing a gentle healing. Just providing you with this cozy, comforting. This Reiki room feels sort of like a cave to me. And so inviting in this kind of cozy, cavernous feel. Very womb-like, very kind of crone energy as we enter into this autumn season. Starting to really invite in that warmth, prioritizing your comfort and that security. Just starting with a little initial kind of chakra balancing. This year, I'm really trying to focus on really being as present as I can in this season and in the winter. What is it that I find intolerable, difficult about this season? And how can I embrace it as it is and be present with all of the gifts that it has to offer? And I share that because I just wanted to let you know the way that I'm moving through this when I encounter something that's a little bit tricky or sticky. This rain is really nice and cozy. How I'm choosing to move through that. So right now, the last, I'd say, few years, 3 or 4 years, really since I started gardening in a very real way, I've become so connected to the seasons in a way that I never was before. I never felt all that connected to the seasons. It almost always felt like, oh, autumn's here, or oh, well, yeah, it's winter. There were little markers throughout the year that would help me, but with holiday, Thanksgiving is like, okay, we're coming into winter, and then Christmas would really help me shift into the hibernation period of winter and all that kind of stuff. Easter would help me switch into spring mode and things like that. It just was holiday based, I guess. But then when I started gardening, I've become so aware of the calendar and of what is here, what season we're in, what plants are doing, what are the garden chores that I need to be doing right now. And I live on much more property than I've ever lived on in my whole entire life. I live on about 3.5 acres, which just some is not very much. To me, that's a lot of acreage. And so just having to maintain that, and it's a woodland, so the maintenance for the woodland is not as intense as the garden, the landscaped areas of garden that I've created. But I love being outside. I love nature. I love being surrounded by nature. I love my little garden. I have a cottage garden around my little cottage, and then I have a veggie patch that's a little bit of a trek away from the house. And yeah, it's such a joy for me. I spend a lot of time dreaming about the garden and thinking about the future and my plans for it, and I just feel really connected to it. It's one of my favorite hobbies, I guess I'd say. And so just going to grab your hands here and send some love into your palms. Sorry, I'm leaning over you. So for me, what I noticed is that when the seasons start to shift, I get a deep sense of like melancholia. Like I get very melancholy. And I start to think about everything dying back, which, sorry to sound morbid or whatever, but it makes me think about death and people I love in my life that I've lost, that have passed on. And so it's a hard season for me, I think. And when the animals that I'm so fond of, that I love, all the hummingbirds and bumblebees and butterflies and crickets and everything leaves or ends its life cycle, I find that really hard. I find that to be really, like I could cry thinking about it. My throat is getting a little tight. So just thinking about it, it makes me really, really sad. So I find that it's incredibly difficult. And I know this is a really vulnerable thing to share, but I just wanted to share it with you because I love you guys. Maybe it'll be of use so we can help each other with other things, with whatever it is that you're moving through. And so what I'm really trying to do this year, when I noticed that the leaves were starting to change in August, which I've started to feel scared and robbed of, this beautiful season. I felt, I didn't do all the things I wanted to do with the garden. And there's still so much more to do and so many more flowers to see and appreciate, bouquets to make, food to make and preserve from the garden. And I started just feeling sad and, if I'm honest, like resentful of nature, which is so ridiculous. Like, you can't take it from me, not yet, kind of thing. And I really wanted to support myself at this time because I'm aware that I experienced that sense of, melancholy at this time of year. And so I wanted to really support myself. So what I'm doing is really planning for things this autumn and this winter, because the winters here are very difficult. It can get like -20 and stay there for a while, which is, not that cold for some of you, but very cold for others. And it's very cold for me. It's a very dark time, and so for me, what I decided to do was really start to appreciate all of the gifts. I'm just looking outside right now, but all of the gifts that each time of year brings us, and really lean into that sense of discomfort. So when I'm feeling that sense of melancholy, look at it and just really say, what is it about, the trees, the leaves, dying and falling off of the trees? That's because the trees can't sustain that level of high octane energy throughout the year. They need a rest, and we all need a rest. I need a rest. You need to rest. Mother Nature needs to rest. Rest is part of this beautiful cycle, and it allows us the richness and the vibrancy of the spring and the summer, and even of the autumn. The rest is what allows for all that energy to build up and then put on its beautiful show. So it's a really important thing to just lean into. And the funny thing is, my partner was reminding me of this. once I get into the winter, I feel fine. I feel, it's very easy for me to appreciate the beauty of the snow, and when we have deer just very gently kind of traipsing through our property in the thick snow in the woods. It's beautiful, and I can really appreciate it then. And last year I joined a pool and was able to submerge myself in water and swim regularly, and that was really helpful. So it's a good reminder just to think that it's like what Alfred Hitchcock says when talking about the science of scaring someone. It's just that it's the anticipation of the bang. That's what's really scary, not the bang itself or the boom. But that's really what it is. It's those dark, murky waters. It's the fear of the unknown, what's to come, But once you're in the darkness, you start to recognize that your eyes start to adjust. You can see things more clearly, and that they're much the same as they were in the light, just a different perspective. So that's what I'm moving through. And the important thing, I think, is just really leaning into presence. Right here, right now, recognizing that if I move through the autumn anticipating the dreaded winter to come, winter is coming, I'm missing out on one of the most beautiful times of the year here, with so much cozy, lovely, so many lovely activities to engage in, activities that I love to do. And my birthday is around this time of year, so it's such a great reminder of the power of presence and how important that can be. Because, I practice these things all the time, and still there are still those little hooks and triggers that can get caught in and hold me up. So that's just something that I'm moving through right now. So maybe we can all support each other along the way. I'm going to use my little owl rattle. Gentle, beautiful little rattle. It'll just help us shake up the energy, help us to invite in a beautiful sense of safety and security. I feel like after I use this owl rattle, I just feel lighter, but also protected. And I don't know, it's a very gentle, nice little tool. And same with the selenite that we used before. Very light, very gentle. to clear any residual energy that's still hanging on that maybe we're ready to release. This is such a wonderful fan. It's great for doing a really beautiful kind of cleansing using the element of air to waft away anything that's not serving us. And obviously we still have our willpower. We need to be offering these things up if we want to clear them. This is all about what you choose to release, how much you choose to participate in these sessions. I'll be sending you love and support and trying to help you in whatever way, but you also have to actively give your permission if you want this healing. You have to be open to receiving it, If there are things you want to hold on to, they won't be cleared without your consent. Never. So how are you feeling? I'd love to hear if you have any seasons that are particularly challenging. I know a lot of people really find the summer difficult. You feel sweaty and sticky and like you can't be as productive. Maybe you feel lethargic, which I understand, but summer is my season. I'm definitely a summer girl. So maybe spring, actually. Maybe spring is my favorite season. I don't know, spring or summer. But yeah. It's always interesting to hear what we all take from these things. This is my partner's favorite time of year. He's born in the summer and I'm born in the autumn. So it's just funny that we love the time of year where each other are born rather than ourselves. I do love December quite a bit. Some of the other things that I'm doing in preparation for the winter are I'm planting a lot of bulbs that are really early to flower so that I get that enjoyment early on. I'm planning on starting some fun winter activities and starting some new projects to share here with you. Whether they're going to come out in the winter, I'm not sure, but that I'll be working on those. That'll be fun. And I always have the opportunity to get to spend time with you, which is lovely, and that really helps me. So. I'd also love to know when you're born. When's your birthday? And do you like your birth month? I mean, is it a time of year that you feel naturally drawn to, or are you more like my partner and I? I do love autumn. It's just lately in the last few years that it's just different. So I have a few stones here that I'd like to gently place on your body. I'm going to be placing this Shivalingam. This is a wonderful stone of balance, traditionally used for balancing masculine and feminine energies. I think it's also wonderful for harmony, for these different cycles, harmony for our different systems in the body. Just generally a wonderful stone for balance and alignment. And I love the balance of the yin and the yang energy. We have to remember that as we move into this new cycle seasonally, we're also moving into that more yin energy. There's a softness, a gentleness. Looking out over these beautiful, very misty mountains that surround me here. And I can really see them in the winter because all of the leaves have shed off of the trees, and so I can see all the mountains. And it's gorgeous. And it's just a reminder of the beauty and the power of stillness. And this yin energy is often misconstrued and misunderstood as just being weak or just being soft and not being soft and strong. That we can be gentle and powerful, soft and strong. We can be kind and boundaried. These aren't contradictions, they're the integration of these is what allows us to live in that real sense of integrity and alignment. Now I'd like to invite in this smoky quartz. Beautiful smoky quartz. Wonderful for balancing above and below. So if you have a really activated upper chakra and your lower chakras are maybe a little out of alignment, maybe you feel like you're always in the clouds, or vice versa, maybe you're feeling very stuck here and you don't really feel like you can connect with your intuition or your guides, or you're not really feeling connected. This is a wonderful one to balance that out. And I find when you have a stone that with smoky really has both the light and the dark, and there's this merging of the two. I just think that's a nice visual reminder of that. So we're drawing the energy down from your upper chakras, drawing the energy up from your lower chakras, meeting here, and just inviting a nice centering. This rose quartz here, another very beautiful stone. We're going to be placing this right on the heart chakra. Wonderful for connecting you with universal love. You are so loved. You are so, so loved. Not just by me, but also by each other, by the energies all around you. Loved by people in your life, sometimes loved by people in your life that you're not even aware of. You're not even aware that they send you love. You're loved also by your ancestors, by those who came before you. Not just those you've met, but by this beautiful lineage. All of this gorgeous swirling energy from those who have come before. That love is imprinted on you, and you can access it and connect to it anytime. And you have a big heart, and it's important to share your love with the world as well. You're so loving, so kind and open, so capable, very strong and resilient. I'm going to do one more little sweep of our selenite wand, very gentle. This has a very lunar energy to it, so you'll still be able to sleep afterwards. If there's anything else you'd like to clear, you can offer it up. Palms, and feet. Good. You are divine. You are connected. You are expressive. You are loved. You are strong. You are creative and emotionally balanced. You are safe. You are safe. Thank you so much for joining me. It is such a pleasure to connect with you now and always. I'm so grateful for you, and I love you so much with all my heart. I hope that you can feel that through time and space. I want you to have a really beautiful rest of your day or your night, and until we meet again, just be so well, okay? Sweet dreams. Hello, my lovely patrons. This session is going to be all about just like sending love into the hands. Our palms are these like entry and access points for so many different energies to flow in. So doing Reiki hand massages I find really helpful. So soothing. So I'm just going to be sending this energy towards you. I love using things from nature to send healing energy. You know I love using things like driftwood, stones, all the earthly elements. I love using water as a healing element. Good. So sending that love towards you, and see if you can just maybe breathe it in. Fill yourself up with that gorgeous, loving energy. Imagine the aroma just swirling in and flowing all through your body. Which can be directed and channeled with laser-like precision to help you accomplish tasks and achieve objectives. Cool. This is going to be a really powerful time for you. 2 super empowering cards. You have this fiery energy, and you have like the earth and the roots and the ancestors. It's like star and earth and fire. Find as comfortable a position as you can. Maybe close your eyes. You could lie down, whatever feels right for you. And let's begin today with gratitude. Whatever position you find yourself in, bring to heart one thing for which you are grateful.